Span squares. It's called a strike, and Swisher nowhere near the bag. With Span squaring, Swisher was coming in, and you can see the catcher Stewart saying, "Hey, that's my bat." He threw almost behind the first baseman.
Well, showing bunt right there. At least you know, he got it up in the air. Stewart did, and it allowed Swisher to get back and catch the ball.
And as you said, Swisher new to the team and probably hasn't been out there
Stewart,
at all
yeah.
with Swisher at first base. Span, I think, is questioning why that pitch was called a strike. And Span's been tossed. This is related to the balk, and I think it has everything to do with Denard Span questioning the strike one call.
Well, if you've been around Denard Span, you know there was no cussing involved. Very short fuse for home plate umpire Greg Gibson.
And now the manager is going to pick up the argument. That's no more than a toss of the coin here as to whether Gardy's going to survive this discussion at all. Because the manager, as we said, was agitated about the balk call in the bottom of the second. There he goes.
There he goes.
We could read.
But Cole can.
He did it there.
The swing and a miss, no controversy there. But when you throw your equipment, you are subject to ejection. And that's what Conroy did. And he didn't realize it. Joey says, all right, everything's cool. Don't worry about it. I'm on me. I'm on me. Now, Votto realizes he's been ejected, and here he comes. And the question is, does he bump the umpire? Oh, no. That's not good.
Ryan Price, try as he might, could not keep Votto away.
Was 45th today.
Here's the 0-2. Molina hits it sharply. Crawford keeps it on the infield. Long throw to first, and he got him. Wow! Crawford still is able to get Molina, and now Molina has been ejected from this game after throwing his helmet. They got to calm him down. Molina out. And so is Matheny. He's going to get thrown out here in a second. He's gone. And this crowd is booing. 40,000 plus. They can't believe it.
Now Torrey's going to get in his face.
And
Torrey's going to be ejected. Yep.
You can't for any length of time disagree. And now Paul Molitor is ejected.
Well, Paul coming out, and I'm surprised that he doesn't push Torrey Hunter away and take over.
There's some frustration, and now Molitor is trying to restrain Torrey.
Right.
Jeff Kellogg, the crew chief, coming in. And Torrey very frustrated. We saw his frustration in his last at bat, now throwing batting gloves. We saw Torrey's frustration in his final at bat last night, and he's not done yet. Throwing his bat down in foul territory in his final at bat.
And a big rooting section for him here at this ballpark. He pitches behind Kinsler.
Well,
you said welcome back.
I was going to say, how about that command? You got to be kidding me.
And then Kinsler is hit, and well, hello, John Lackey, 2 pitches in to his return, is thrown out of the game. Yes, there's a history of bad blood between these teams. I get it. And I know Ian Kinsler just got thrown behind by Bobby Jenks not too long ago. But the Angels have been waiting for 6 weeks for John Lackey to get on the mound. 2 pitches into his return, he's done.
And Sosa giving Bob Davidson an earful. But he threw him. I mean, he must have thought both of them were.
Here's the 2-0. Kinsler looks at a strike 2 and 1, and he can't believe it. Panic in the fans.
Looked like a raw deal there for Ian, but he can't let him get him down. And Gonzalez still has to throw him another pitch for a strike here.
Drilled to center field. Jones has to beat on this one. Iglesias going to tag. Both runners will move up. As Romine will take second and Iglesias takes third. 2 gone. And now Kinsler's been thrown out of the game. Ian has been tossed, and here comes Grant Ausmus to kind of get him off the field here. He was still beefing about that strike 1 pitch. Did Ian toss his bat toward him?
Apparently he did something.
Double up Gardner, so they figure let's just bring the infield in.
I think that's the reason why it's in, Michael. Wait a minute. Oh, here we go.
And he is thrown out.
And Joe is gesturing that ball was on the ground.
There always seems to be fun when Laz Diaz is involved.
And you know what, Michael? That pitch was a ball, definitely, as we saw the replay. And Joe Girardi knows his team has not been hitting with runners in scoring position, so he wants every edge he can get for his team when they're hitting. He wants the count to be 2-0 instead of 1-1.
Boy, is Joe fired up right now.
Yeah, you know what? And we've seen managers do this in the past to fire their team up and show them how much it means to the manager to win ball games. And he got his money's worth, I'll say that.
That is about as angry as I've ever seen Joe Girardi. And he's had some good umpire matchups, but that one was extended and his veins were bulging in his neck. He was very, very ticked off.
Try to check his swing. They appeal. He went.
Scott Barry doing the same thing that Ryan Howard did to him. Put his hands on his hips.
Ryan's got to be careful. Said I'm mad at myself.
Yeah, when you saw the umpire, put his hands on his
left.
Yep.
The 1-2 pitch. Checked his swing. Did he go? Yes, he did, says Scott Barry. And he's been thrown out of the ball game. How about that? They have nobody left. Ryan Howard has been thrown out of the ball game, and the Phillies have nobody left.
Somebody got to grab him.
He is hot.
They better get him. He never liked to get. They got to get a hold of him quick.
Polanco is using his shoulder to push Ryan Howard away.
Has he ever been thrown out of a game?
That's a good question.
I don't think so.
I know that he was hot. I know that Scott Barry was hot.
You can't do that.
Walks, and JP trying to get out of this spot here in the 8th. And a long fly ball down the right field side. That ball is fair and gone. Rasmus connects against the lefty. Hits a 3-run home run, and just like that, it's 5-0. And J.P. Howell has just been ejected. J.P. Howell has been ejected by the plate umpire as well. So there's a lot of frustration right there. And well, let's watch J.P. Howell was asking for another baseball. He got that one, and in his frustration, he threw that about halfway between first and second to throw it out of play.
Well, you can see, well, David Price is gone now. Vic Carapazza turned around to JP and kind of mouthed, "Did you throw that at me?" And then started to look around for the ball and tossed JP.
2, then it went to 2-2, and then he doubled, and whoa! By hitting Parra, they're going to throw Kershaw out of the game. Holy mackerel! The plate umpire is Bill Welke. That ball hit him in the elbow, says Barajas. Oh my gosh! We wondered about what would happen tonight. Kershaw going for his 19th, and Parra, the hitter, who doubled. And now Clayton nails him, and he is kicked out of the game. You might wonder